Hello everyone, a guy trying here, and today we were told how Equinox plans to errata Robinhood. If you don't know what's been going on with Robinhood, I made a video a couple weeks ago discussing the situation a bit. And if you want to read the article published by Equinox, a link is in the description. So let's get into it. How exactly did they change the merry man to make us feel a little merrier when we go against him? While Robinhood is still out in the tumult taxing us, it's a soft tax instead of a hard tax. Equinox has changed the tax mechanic on Robinhood, making it so opponents' cards can't cost less than 2 while Robin is in play. I think this is quite an elegant fix to the card that allows him to still have the same thematic effect without it being overbearing. The new bracketed tax now punishes almost exclusively 1 costs, which are incredibly powerful in Altered. It will also stop decks like Fen and Crowbar from reducing their cards below 2 with support abilities, but that can be played around. Cards like Katagir, Izmir, Bastion that cause a card to be free will be unaffected by this tax. The reason this change works so well is that it removes the backbreaking strength of having 2 Robin Hoods in play at the same time. This will also affect any uniques that have borrowed Robin's text, and any instances of the dreaded double tax will have both instances of tax changed to this new version. This makes double tax effectively destroyed, causing their new unique ability to be overly redundant and wordy, which I think makes these Robins much more thematically bureaucrat than usual. So how did the designers at Equinox settle on this change? There are many that said to just ban Robinhood in some way or restrict their use in Waru, but that doesn't do anything to fix the card itself. Many were saying they think that removing the bureaucrat subtype would be enough to fix Robinhood, but Equinox was worried that would only push players to find bureaucrat uniques with the tax on them. In my video I discussed this as a possibility if they decided that the uniques were rare enough to make it okay, but that could have still allowed for unfun play experiences with the tax. I had mentioned that changing the mechanic itself would be the truest way to remedy the situation, but thought it unlikely because how it would ripple out into the uniques. I'm happily surprised that they went with this option, and I didn't see this fix coming. So what does this mean for the game currently? We'll definitely see a drop in Robinhood usage, and when he's played, I think we'll more often see the common version. There are currently, I think, 55 characters and 16 spells that can be played for 1 cost in the game, and the only spell hit twice by the new tax is Acapella Training. While the rare can help against Stephanus and Senka, I think unless we get the option to sideboard cards at some point, most will not commit the rare slot. The Errata will help get Traced and Rossum back into the meta, as they were being held back by Robin, although Robin will still tax them more than most. This will open up rare slots in Waru decks, which means we might see cards like Isatok or the Council take Robin's spot. And while this will affect Warus consistently, I do think Waru will still be a top tier deck. Still, I'm excited to see how this shakes up the meta, and since the patch is going live on BGA soon, people can start testing almost immediately. It might even be live by the time you're watching this video. So what does this mean for the future of Altered? This is Equinox's first major errata since the launch of the game, and they shared with us their priorities when it comes to balance. The most important thing is fun. They want the game to be fun to play for everyone, which is why they dealt with Robinhood right now, because he created an unfun play experience. They want a diverse selection of decks within the metagame, but the wording they used is that they are looking to bring up underperforming decks more than take down overperforming ones. And when they make a change or errata, they want to be mindful of how that change will affect the card family itself, as well as the uniques that borrow from the card family. They have yet to say how exactly they plan on compensating players when they make an errata, but have said that info should be coming out about this during print-on-demand discussions. Overall, I think this is a very nuanced way to change Robinhood, although I do think it may keep him from seeing much play. There are people who wanted this to come sooner, and people who said that it was too soon for erratas. I think that the pace for this was actually pretty good overall. Equinox wanted to make sure that they had a good option before committing to a plan, but also realized that this was something the community was very vocal about. While things like print on demand and the digital component of the game give Equinox a better ability to change cards, it's nice to see that they are willing to make changes when needed, but not rush into them on a whim. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you found this helpful in some way. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. But if you made it this far, just know that I'm happy you stayed with me this long. This video was a bit rushed because I'm getting ready to leave for a small vacation, but I wanted to get this out before I left. I do have a Kojo and Buddha Foundry guide that was supposed to go live tonight, but I'm going to push it until tomorrow. Let me know what you think about the Robinhood change and how it makes you feel about Altered moving forward. That's all for now, but I hope we see each other again.